polygamy and how we live in a matriarchal world. People have such a they have a stigma attached with polygamy. I'm not saying that polygamy can't be used improperly, but to call polygamy improper itself, it's not really fair if you can't look at the whole spectrum of it. If you look at the pleasant balance in life, acid to alkaline, there's more alkaline per acid molecules to make a pleasant balance. If we break it down even further, it was 1 male to 3 females. And you had the green black, the blue black, and the black black in 1 male. So you had the 3 parts alkaline to 1 part male. You have to have at least 2 parts alkaline to 1 part male to have an alkaline balance. And not to say either one is bad or good, but if you have all female, like we see in a world where the household is ran by the female because of males being emotionally absent to the point where they became physically absent, that we just have stagnation, no growth, because the female principle is to stop, introvert. Male is to go, extrovert. There needs to be a balance there. People talk about being positive or negative. You'll burn out in either way if you try to be one way. You need to balance them both, but slightly more alkaline than acid. So that's at an atomic level, female principle to male principle. Polygamy. That's what that is at an atomic level. And if we look at it in a social level, we have plenty of females that have multiple baby fathers or multiple partners that run from infatuation to infatuationships, from one to the next, or get into relationships that they know are doomed to fail. They're not truly true through and through, so they know this, but they ignore that for attachment purposes. So for that, basically you have just retarded polygamy. It's basically retarded polygamy, but they will frown upon the people that practice it openly. And I'm not even saying that I would ever get involved in something like this at a personal level. I'm not even trying to justify it so I can have a bunch of women or none of that. I like my life force, honestly. I don't want to have multiple pimps in my life. I really don't. I really don't want to invite that into my life. So it's not like I'm trying to do this so I can be like, oh, it's warranted for me to have multiple females in my life. Not even the case. Not even the case. I'm just talking about at an atomic level and at all levels. Polygamy isn't always the wrong way to go, especially in an area where maybe war has happened and the males have gone to war, because the male energy always gets sacrificed first. Like I said, the cannabis farmers destroy the male plant. We always cast away the seeds and throw them away. Not many people keep the seeds from what they eat. It's the male principle being thrown away and sacrificed. So it's always the male principle being tossed, the energy being tossed around. And if you think about it, the only competition from female to female is another female. They're not competing with males. They're competing with other females that are basically other pimps, like other dictators, basically. It's not, there's no, at this point in time, whether you are a penis having female, because there's plenty of those, plenty of males that are either overly male, overly acid to the point where they are imbalanced and it reverses, or you have people that are overly feminine and they're basically females with penises. Those are the people that are running the earth right now, the female principle. Whether regardless of what form it is. If we look at vampires, the original story of vampires, or one of the older stories from Greece, would be Impuzes, an entity. Because again, I is sexless. An entity comes into the form of the female physical form to extract the male energy. So again, if we just look at it like that, we see at a grand scale that males just give off massive amounts of energy for the attention, for the to throw their own energy away. They give off their own energy just to be able to throw their own energy away further. So I have to look at the female as the true pimp. Like, honestly, like, it's the first pimp, like, really, to be totally real. Like, I just haven't been around females and studied them and witnessed what they can do. No one gets their way like a female, really. And again, if a lot of cases, all right, people would say, well, in the Middle East, females are oppressed and all that stuff. And it happens, but if you look at any group of people or type of person, that is occurring with any type of person. Any type of person has engaged in that. I've seen all walks of life engage in the beating of their wife or different things of that nature. I know people would just look at like, well, Islam, Surah 4 and 34, you know, you kind of have a manual to beat your wife. All right, whatever. But if you look at it, it's a moon goddess that they praise anyway. That's the leftover from the what they call pagan ritual that turned into Islam. That's why it's a moon symbol. Moon is always feminine. It's the feminine principle. So we got other females looking to keep their competition down for various reasons. So polygamy gets used and demonized in that way. And then we have, you know, it's just, I'm just saying, if you can look at the whole spectrum of this topic, you can see that in a lot of cases, the female principal person is the person that's pimping the earth, whether they have a penis or if they have a vagina. It's a person that is of the female orient, or that's where they derive from. Whether they are a water sign male or whatever, somebody that's really watery as a male or whatever, somebody that's really female principal.